Jurors in the fraud trial of Elizabeth Holmes heard vastly different portrayals on Wednesday of the one-time kid who amazed Silicon Valley with promises of biotech breakthroughs at her company Theranos. In a stinging opening statement on Wednesday, federal prosecutors described Holmes as a manipulative fraudster who duped investors and patients alike and knew the whole time that she was hoodwinking them. "This is a case about fraud, about lying and cheating to get money," said Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Leach. "It's a crime on Main Street, and it's a crime in Silicon Valley." Defense lawyers for Holmes responded by painting a different picture, one of a hardworking, young startup executive who believed in the mission of the company, only to see it buckle in the face of business obstacles. They argued that she placed blind faith in the no. To executive at the company and overly trusted lab directors, who the defense team says was legally responsible for how the labs were run. Theranos failed for a lot of reasons, but it failed in part because it made mistakes, defense lawyer Lance Wade said. Ms. Holmes made mistakes, but mistakes are not crimes. A failed business does not make a CEO a criminal. Holmes, 37, could spend as much as 2 decades behind bars if the jury convicts her in what is expected to be a 13-week trial. She is charged with 10 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The implosion of Theranos, which claimed to have developed a revolutionary blood test that could scan for hundreds of diseases with just a tiny pinprick of blood, has spawned documentaries, books, podcasts and a Hollywood adaptation in the works. But on Wednesday, Holmes, who did not speak and jotted down notes in a notepad as she sat, masked, beside her lawyers in a San Jose federal courthouse, watched the start of what may turn out to be the most consequential chapter for her in Theranos history. Prosecutors said Holmes' alleged deceit, in its early stages, involved a report, supposedly written by pharmaceutical company Pfizer, that Theranos blood analyzer devices showed superior performance. The problem, prosecutors said, was that Pfizer hadn't authored the report, despite the company's letterhead on the top of the document which Holmes circulated to investors, who poured in millions. Pfizer did not write this. Pfizer did not put its logo on this, Leach told the jury. It did not put its conclusions in this report. In fact, it gave the opposite conclusions. The government plans on calling Pfizer officials as witnesses, in addition to Theranos whistleblowers, investors who say they were defrauded and patients who claim to have received false and misleading results after paying for Theranos blood tests. Elizabeth Holmes was well aware of these problems, Leach said of the faulty test results being produced by Theranos.